Are we live? Yay, live.
Woohoo! It's always like nerve-wracking that second right before we hit the go button. But
You
I'm
need to like in action something.
and go.
And
Well,
see.
hi everybody. So happy to be here with you today for our Sakara holiday live shopping event. This is so exciting. We love to do these with you. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Whitney.
I'm Danielle.
We're the founders of Sakara, and we're so excited to be here with you today. We are announcing our big holiday sale. This is such a wonderful time of year. If you haven't tried Sakara, or if you love Sakara, now is a great time to stock up. Our entire site is 25% off everything except for our level 2 detox program. That one's not, but everything else is 25% off.
And we like to start these off with our founding story because Sakara and all the products we offer, it wasn't, just some business idea we had one day. These products were born out of a true need. And when we had that need, it was these products that really changed our bodies and changed our lives and changed our health. And so we made it our mission to share these tools with as many people as possible. So Whitney and I have known each other since we were little kids, seventh grade. And, my story is really anchored in having a really tumultuous relationship with my body, with my plate. Because at a young age, I decided I needed to be thin in order to be valued in the world, in order to feel good about myself. And so I started dieting at a very young age. My earliest memory is around 9, which is terrifying because I have a daughter who's 6, and I just cannot imagine her even thinking that way in a couple of years. Um, how it manifested for me over the coming, 10 to 15 years was I tried every diet you can possibly think of, truly every single one. If you guys named one right now, I'd be like, yep, tried that. And, they did teach me a lot. They taught me how to count calories and carbs and points and pounds. They taught me how to hate my body even more. They taught me about high highs and low lows. And they taught me that, food was the enemy. And it wasn't until I decided to study medicine in college. I moved to New York City and I was working with patients in cardiology, and they were patients with late stage lifestyle diseases. So everything from type 2 diabetes to cardiovascular issues. And I had this aha moment where I realized that all of the tools that I had to offer these patients were pharmacology and surgery, but yet they were dealing with lifestyle issues. So I kept wondering who got to these people before it was late stage lifestyle diseases, because by nomenclature, we can at least manage lifestyle diseases by changing people's lifestyle. And I realized I was really on that path of probably having some kind of chronic disorder based on my own dietary patterns and lifestyle habits, because I wasn't nourishing. I wasn't taking care of my body. I was doing these wild, crazy diets that were all over the place. They gave me severe gut issues. And I hit a rock bottom where I actually ended up in the hospital because of a severe gut issue. And I realized it was really time to understand how to sit in the driver's seat of my own health, that I wanted to be my own best expert on what it meant to build a body I felt good in, I felt sexy in, I felt energized in, I felt powerful in. And it was that moment that I decided to study nutrition and switch my track for medicine and decide, how do you create a nourished body? What does it take? Because it far surpasses just the study of nutrition, just the science of nutrition. It's much bigger than just our plate. It's also our relationship to our plate, etc. So I was lucky that at that rock bottom, I was not alone, that Whitney was in New York with me, and I had some companionship down there.
Yeah, I was on my own journey with food and nutrition, but I didn't know that at the time. I had terrible cystic acne all over my face. It was painful. It was affecting my confidence, my career, my relationships. And I went to see every doctor and dermatologist out there, and all of them just gave me the same solutions. more prescriptions, more heavy duty treatments that just left my skin actually worse than before, stripping away my natural oils and skin barriers. None of them were asking me, what are you eating? Are you going to the bathroom every day? Which I wasn't. Nobody was asking me about these vital signs of my health and my lifestyle, which now, knowing what we know about gut health and the gut microbiome, we know that I didn't have a skin problem. I had a gut problem. And it wasn't until I changed that by switching up my diet, starting to eat the way that we eat with the Sakara life and use some of these products that we'll talk to you about today, that I was really able to change my body, my health, and my skin for good. And now Sakara has really become my lifeline. We started Sakara 13 years ago, and still to this day, Sakara is truly my lifeline. Being a mother, I have a child with type 1 diabetes, which is a constant day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute condition that has to be monitored, and I have to be on my game. Running a business, we're a big business that we deliver nationwide, and we're taking care of clients and our team. Getting to that age where we have parents that also need our help and support, and all of this, in addition with having a relationship and maintaining that partnership with my spouse and also our business relationship. I mean, it's a lot. And I know that all of you are doing a lot in your own lives too. And Sakara is just there for me to nourish my body and, yes, keep my skin good and glowing and keep me, feeling good in my body, but also keeping my brain power going so that I can show up for myself, for you, for everybody around me, keeping myself healthy and feeling really, really good.
Yeah, there's no greater gift you can give to yourself or really anyone than what it means to live in a body that you feel amazing in, whether it's you feel amazing because it looks great, it feels amazing because it feels great. Like, you don't have to choose. And today we're gonna go over some of our favorite products. It's hard to have favorites, but we're gonna go over some of our favorite products. As Whitney said, this is our holiday sale, so it's 25% off all these products that we're going to talk about. Everything will be shoppable in the link below. And also just make sure that you hit subscribe on our YouTube channel so you will get like little pop-ups and reminders that we're doing these live shopping events. We're also going to try and answer questions as we go. Our team will be sending them from the audience, from you guys, but also you can chat them in, I think, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead and chat them in. And Colleen, who's our in-house nutritionist, is also in the chat. So she will be helping to answer some of these questions, but send in questions as you go along and we will get to them either as we're going or at the end. Okay.
Great. Should we get started? Yeah, I was just going to say that one's such a beautiful holiday color too.
Such a beautiful holiday gift in our Metabolism Red. She's so hot, so sexy. But this is one of our cult favorite products. I mean, this sells like crazy. People love it. It's one of our top repeat purchases. People start to incorporate it into their lifestyle. So many people love to add this to their coffee in the morning. I like to do it instead of coffee. I feel so much energy just from this alone. But once you get into it, it feels so good. You don't want to stop.
So let's talk about what our metabolism powder does. So metabolism is like this big word. It can mean lots of things. I think typically when we think of it, we think of weight. But really what metabolism is it's our body's ability to efficiently take in outside information in the form of food, beverages, water, etc., and turn it into usable cellular energy in the body. And so when you think about a revved metabolism, your body's ability to digest and then utilize the things that you are taking in Revved, meaning it uses it really efficiently. We all probably know what it feels like to have, a sluggish metabolism where it feels like food might stay in our stomach, or maybe we're gaining weight and we don't understand why. So metabolism powder is really focused on helping rev your metabolism, and it does that in a couple ways. So one, it has an herb called Gymnema sylvester. And that herb is known, it's been actually used for thousands of years to help stabilize blood sugar and help you if you are somebody that has a lot of sugar cravings. That we have a lot of people that come to us and say, I crave so many sweets. What do I do? It's a gut issue and also a blood sugar issue. And so this herb really, really helps stabilize your blood sugar and your cravings. It's one of the things we hear when people do this consistently for a minimum of 8 weeks. They say like their cravings kind of really go away, because once you help stabilize your blood sugar, that helps change your gut. And then your gut is really one of the things that's telling you what to eat. And we want you to get to this place where you can listen to your cravings. We don't want you to be in a place where you're like, my body's craving that, but I don't know if I should. What it means to sit in the driver's seat of your health, it means that you have a body that you get to listen to, that you get to nourish, that you understand how to nourish. So one of the most important ways you can do that is to stabilize your blood sugar and really focus on gut health. So that's one of the key ingredients in
Great
metabolism.
for cutting that sugar addiction. If you're somebody that just is like, I want to eat that sweet treat and I can't say no, this is going to help you not feel that strong craving for the sweets anymore. People tell us that, when they're taking this every day, they feel satisfied. They don't feel that need to go for the sweet all the time. So that is one of the best benefits of our metabolism powder.
So it also has an extract from a certain type of kelp seaweed, and it's called Fucos Anthon. And in studies, Fucos Anthon has been shown to help transform what we know as white fat into brown fat. And so this is really, really interesting for those of you who get really into the science behind metabolism and how this product works. So we all want brown fat. Brown fat is metabolically active fat as opposed to white fat, which actually can be inflammatory fat. Of course, we all need a little bit, have a little bit but when you start piling on white fat, that is what can really increase inflammatory markers. So brown fat is metabolically active, meaning it is an important part of revving your metabolism. And I think it's really interesting what makes brown fat brown is that it's really dense in mitochondria. I don't know if you guys remember what mitochondria are, but they're the organelles in our cells that really are our metabolism. They are the things that take glucose and turn it into ATP through a variety of things. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, but these little organelles, there's so many of them in our brown fat that it's actually what makes it brown. And so that's what makes it metabolically active tissue. So we want brown fat. So this fucoxanthin, one of the ingredients in here, helps transform white fat into metabolically active brown fat. So we actually burn more energy than we would with just white fat.
And this is so great for longevity too. We all know that mitochondrial health plays such a role in our longevity. So getting that white fat to be the more active brown fat is great for longevity too. Just throw that in there.
And lastly, there's a couple more ingredients that really deal with bloat, because that's something we hear a lot from clients, that they feel like they have bloat. So it contains an herb called horsetail as well as L-glutamine. Both things are really known for helping debloat, helping to really soothe the inner lining of our digestive tract so that we not only, more efficiently kind of digest our food, but we also help heal that inner lining, so that inner lining, when it's angry and inflammatory, is what can really lead to systemic inflammation, to bloat, to a stressed out kind of lower metabolism. So that's a big part of revving the metabolism, as well as really focusing on healing the gut.
Yeah.
And then it's super chocolatey, you guys. It's like really dense in cacao. We have all sorts of recipes on our site that you can check out. You can make brownies with it. You can make chocolate smoothies. Whitney likes it in her coffee. There's so many ways to enjoy it. What were you going to say, Whit?
I was going to say, yeah. So with these ingredients, It's kind of like that horsetail and the black pepper pepperine in it that are going to be, you're going to notice those things right away. Like, so there's certain ingredients in here and the cacao that gives you some energy. And so you're going to notice those benefits right away, but then you're going to notice the L-glutamine and some of these other benefits that Fucos Anthon that Danielle mentioned over the course of time. So you want to give
8 weeks
this.
minimum.
Yes, at least 8 weeks. For some people, even 12 weeks to really notice the full benefits. So you just use a couple spoonfuls of this every day. So good. And it's really tasty.
And just FYI, that bag is our 30-day supply bag.
They're 30-day. We also have these 10 packs that are our travel packs like this. So you can throw them in your bag when you're traveling, when you're going for the holidays, and have it with you all the time. And like we said, it's this beautiful holiday red. Looks so good under your tree or as a gift. Great hostess gift too.
All right, let's go to protein and greens because I know we could talk about each product for our entire allotted time. I mean, these two together are so Christmassy. Did we plan this?
This
So
is
cute.
a great gift duo right here. I love it. So our protein and greens is really amazing. You have to be careful when you are consuming a protein powder. You want to make sure it is really high quality, clean protein, not made with all that junk. You want to make sure that it's not containing heavy metals. And Sakara's is just really clean, whole food ingredients. It's made with 3 different protein sources, a pea protein, a hemp protein, and a pumpkin protein. Um, and so, this is going to help give you all those amino acids for muscle building, for great collagen building in your skin. But then it's also paired with greens. So it has 4 different green sources in it: spirulina, wheatgrass, barley grass, and chlorella, which even the spirulina is a great source of protein too in this. But you're getting those benefits of the greens, which is great for detoxification at the same time.
And I think something that people don't talk about in this very protein crazed world that we are living in right now is that your protein source is only as good as your body can digest it. And so one of the reasons that we love greens here at Sakara Life. So one of the reasons we added greens into our protein powder is because they are really, really good at helping keep the gut in a healthy place where you can really digest. They're alkalizing, they're cleansing, and they really help the body and the gut work in like tip-top shape. And so protein can be really hard to digest. For some people, it's digested in the stomach. You need high amounts of stomach acid, which a lot of people are actually quite low in stomach acid these days.
Wow.
He says everybody. And so we love this pair because I think in this world where everyone's so focused on nutrition and we've all lived through times where people are focused on fat, and like it's bad or it's good, whatever, is that it's nutritionism, right? So their protein is not more important than carbs. Carbs are not more important than fat. It is this is why we focus on a whole food, plant-forward diet. Because once you start to really focus on just little parts of your diet, you're probably over-indexing on it and under-indexing on other things. So one of the reasons this protein powder is just such an incredible product. I love it. I put it in my smoothies. I put it in my kids' popsicles. I do all sorts of things with it. Is because it's a really nice balance. You're getting a lot of minerals, you're getting greens, and you're getting protein, and you don't have to choose. So that's my TED Talk on protein. I'm just kidding. I
I
could
love
go.
it.
But yeah, I know everyone's really focused on protein right now. I think that if you are looking for a little bit more protein in your diet, this is a great way. Each serving has 12 grams, which is amazing. So you can add 1 or 2 scoops. Also, if you're on our nutrition program, you can get our protein smoothie that can come with meals that has 30.
25 grams. I have
You
it in my fridge.
Yeah, 25 grams. It has a little under a couple scoops. But yeah, it's amazing and so detoxifying and alkalizing and easy to digest.
Yes, and it tastes really good. So we designed this to have a very neutral, mild taste, just like slightly vanilla. It's not this overbearing, unnatural tasting vanilla taste. This is real. It's real ingredients in here. So it's great. If you want to make a chocolate smoothie, you can do that. It tastes great together. If you want to put fruit in it, pineapple, coconut, make a pina colada flavored one, tastes delicious. Do a berry flavored smoothie. It's amazing. It really tastes great with any flavor. Greens, you could add in more spinach, whatever you want, and it's going to just taste really great and not overbearing.
Mhm. And that's our 30-day supply as well.
And this is our 30-day bag, which I don't know. You can find all of the pricing on our website for these. This one, it goes normally for $76, but with the for our subscription, but with the 25% off, it's going for $57. So that's a huge discount on this. It's such a great deal. Less than $2 a day.
Okay, so now let's talk about fiber powder. I have my fiber powder back here, but it's very well used and loved. This is actually my second one of the last month. So we go through a lot of fiber powder here. Um, this is an incredible product. And if I had to choose one to be on an island with, obviously, other than, real food, in our program, but it would be this one. It is really incredible. One thing that you will see across the market when you look at fiber powders is they're usually just one type of fiber and oftentimes have a bunch of fillers and additives in them. This has 10 different fiber sources. And the reason that matters is because the microbes in your gut, which dictate so much about our health, we have a gut skin axis, we have a gut brain axis, we basically have a gut fill in the blank every axis. Like literally every time you look at the literature, there's like a new gut axis, meaning that your gut is talking to every single other cell in your body and not just talking, but communicating. And the difference is that communication usually involves some sort of instruction. So your gut is dictating the health of your body in so many ways. Your gut is your biggest immune organ. Your gut is where so many neurotransmitters are made for happiness, for mental health, etc. It's in charge of so much. And so one of the things that we know so far about the gut is that diversity of the types of microbes you have in your gut is the number one indicator to a healthy body. And, in this world where most people are eating, more than 70% of their diet is based on ultra processed foods, what's happening is that we are only feeding one type, like only like a few types of bacteria in our gut. And so our diversity is dwindling because that means that whatever food we're eating, whether it's ultra processed food, it's usually made out of like corn, soy, wheat, etc. Like there's just a couple crops that end up in our ultra processed food. So we're not getting that diversity of ingredients, which is what feeds the diversity in our gut. So let me say that more clearly. You need a lot of different type of bacteria in your gut. And the way you get that is by eating a diverse diet. So you need lots of different plants, which have different kinds of nutrients like antioxidants and polyphenols, and different kinds of fiber. I think that's something that people still don't really understand is that fiber is not one thing. Kind of like when you look at a nutrition panel and it says like fats, it's like there's not one type of fat, right? We know there's omega-6, omega-7, omega-9. And so there's so many types of fibers, there's more than we can even count. And so the reason we decided to go and make a fiber powder is we couldn't find one that really addressed the most important part of why you need fiber, which is to feed a lot of different microbes. So this is a great addition to your already, hopefully, whole food plant forward diet. Even though I eat Sakara all the time, this is still something I do. Most people are getting around 12 to 15 grams of fiber. You want to at least, they say for women, 25-ish grams of fiber. In functional medicine, you learn that you really want to be getting like 45, 50 grams of fiber, which is hard. So even when you're on a whole food plant-rich diet, at Sakara, you get about 45 to 50 grams a day, sometimes more than 50 grams. But if you're like me and everyone else and you can't cook, like Sakara, like it's so hard to make the food for yourself every single day for every single meal. This is a great addition. It also has digestive enzymes, which I know Whitney loves to talk about.
You're only as good as the food that you digest.
Yeah, exactly.
So you could be eating 100+ grams of protein in a day, but if you are not digesting that protein, if you don't have good, strong gut health, you are not going to be absorbing all that protein into your body. So this is one of my favorite products to actually make your protein work better for you. If you're concerned about sarcopenia, which is muscle loss as we age, you want to be focused on gut health. And so I love fiber powder and our protein and greens as a great duo bundle as well, if you're looking for that muscle support. Okay. Also talking about gut health, we have our complete probiotics, which this is my little travel pack. I'm traveling right now. I'm out in LA, but just open them up. And we call them our complete probiotic, but really it's a probiotic, a prebiotic. It has digestive enzymes in this as well. So it's so much more than just your regular run-of-the-mill probiotic.
This is our first product, or one of our first products after meals. So because gut health is so critical, this was one of the first things we wanted to bring to market. And it's a symbiotic before I think people even knew what probiotics were, much less symbiotics. Contains 11 different strains, and as we said earlier, it's diversity is so important. So this contains strains that most of us, tend to be a little low in. And as Whitney said, digestive enzymes, which help us digest, systemic enzymes, which I think are really interesting. And they really help I think of them as like little Pac-Men in our body, help like clean up, kind of like cellular garbage in our body. So really critical for overall health. Those things are those and fiber are non-negotiable for me when I'm traveling. Those probiotics have saved me from food poisoning. They saved me from a stomach flu that went around my family and everyone got them. And I took like 12 of those and I did not get it. Not recommending you do that, not medical advice, but they're like a non-negotiable for me.
Yeah, also great for bloating. If you feel like you bloat a lot, this is a game changer right here. So you can start with a low dose, like just start with 1 in the morning, then go up to 1 in the morning, 1 at night, 2 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 2 at night. That's a great dosage to work up to, but you can really feel the difference with these. So it's so great. And, right now, with our holiday sale going on, 25% off everything, you don't have to choose. You can get the fiber powder and the probiotics, protein and greens, and your metabolism powder, all for such a great price. It's such a great deal. And so last but not least, let's talk about our Sakara Signature Nutrition Program.
So this was the thing that we launched Sakara with 13 years ago. This food program is what completely changed our lives, completely changed my life. I thought food was the enemy. I thought less was always better. And it was really focusing on a whole food, plant-forward diet that completely changed my digestion, completely changed my relationship to food. And I think when people first get it, they think like this feels like a lot of food, but it's water-rich, mineral-rich, like nutrient-rich food. And so you might feel full because some people are either so fearful it's not going to be enough food because, people hear that they get this Sakara glow, that you lose weight, etc. And as somebody who dieted, I would automatically think like, oh, is that going to be enough food? Like have that diet mentality. This food is so nourishing, so good for you, so rich in so many nutrients, so good for the inflammatory response, immune system, gut health. And when we talk about what it means to sit in the driver's seat of your health, like this is it, guys. Every time we sit down to eat, we get to decide how good we're going to feel both while we're eating it and then immediately after, and then for days, weeks, months, years to come. The decisions we're making right now for our health will impact us for years to come. And that was something that I wish I would have understood as a younger woman, that all those dieting choices and how I basically punish myself through food, that they would have a lasting impact. Like my gut health will forever be changed because of how I treated my body for those 15 years. And I'm grateful for the lesson. I'm grateful to be somebody that gets to sit here and say, I learned how to transform my health through the power of food as medicine. But this is it. This is, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner that Whitney and I use to transform our health, to transform Whitney's skin. And it's such an honor to be able to share it with you all. It's such an honor to get to nourish you guys. So it's a great gift for someone, and it's also a great gift for yourself. 25% off is the most that we ever do, and we only ever do it this time of year because it is gifting season. And I think that there's just no better gift than gifting somebody the ability to sit in the driver's seat of their health.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of my all-time favorite meals. This is our youth and beauty salad. And when we designed this recipe, really like my goal was to create the most hydrating, the most beautifying meal on the planet. So it has a bed of leafy greens for that detoxification. Also, chlorophyll has been shown to heal skin and help with the healing of skin. It has beets that helps with blood flow, carrot, that great beta carotene in there, the vitamin A that has helped to show with skin healing. You're getting your healthy fats with that superfood seed sprinkle on top. Really healthy, delicious salad dressing. We only use the highest quality oils in all of our meals. Is this our cue that we're out of time, Anna?
That was not a subtle cue.
Like Anna's like, get rolling, guys. But really, just all to say, like, the ingredients that we put in are thoughtful. Every single piece, every single ingredient is in there for a reason. It's doing something for your body that is specific and helpful to cleansing your body, to nourishing your body. And then it all tastes really good. We've worked with incredible chefs over the years, chefs that have worked in Michelin star restaurants, like John George and, with Mario Batali, just incredible people all over to make the recipes taste really, really good. Because as Danielle learned throughout her journey of dieting, joy is a nutrient too. And the food that you're eating shouldn't just be healthy for you, but should taste really, really good. So you deserve to feel really good. You deserve to have food that tastes really good. Now's the time. If you haven't done Sakara in a while, hop back on. It's not something that you have to be on every single day out of the year. This is a great way to hit reset on your body and to remind yourself what that feels like when you're flooding your body with this amount of nutrients.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to this food, our signature program it's a whole food plant forward diet. And as much as we think we might be eating well, I think then when people get on Sakara, they're like, oh, like, yeah, it's really hard to eat a whole food plant forward diet. Like you're talking about, you know, things in their whole food form, things made from whole foods. And most of us, even those of us who are health conscious, who are doing our best, still end up eating a lot of processed foods. And so the transition from your normal diet to this diet can feel either hard. Sometimes people talk about bloat. When I say most people get 12 to 15 grams of fiber a day and we want you to get 50 for gut health, that transition going up to 50 can cause bloat. But it is really important bloat. I will say that. And it is short-lived. The more that you eat this way, the more you build the kinds of bacteria in your gut that lead to skin health, that lead to mental health, that lead to cardiovascular health, that help the immune system, that lowers inflammation. And that also leads to low bloat over time. Sometimes it takes people a couple days. Sometimes it takes people a couple weeks, depending on what your diet was before you came to us. So Most people, if they do experience bloat, it's only a couple days. Sometimes it's a little longer. I saw there was a question about that, so I just want to address that. But what you're doing for your body, you will see short-term effects. Most people experience some kind of, they call it the Sakara glow. A lot of people experience weight loss in the first 5 days. But as we said, every time you sit down to eat, you're making decisions for the short term, yes, but you're also making decisions for the long term. And so when you join us for one of these 5-day programs, you're impacting your metabolism for days, weeks, months to come. You're impacting your cellular health for days, weeks, months to come, your gut health for days, weeks, and months to come. And so that's why when we say you don't have to be on it all the time, obviously you will see more effects the longer you're on it, but even being on it for a 5-day program is incredibly impactful.
Yeah, I'm just eating some of
I
our,
do either with.
our waffles here.
Delicious.
So good. And I'm staying here with friends, and I had a delivery come and I opened up waffles this morning. And one of my friends said, "Oh no, I don't eat waffles and that kind of thing." And I'm like, "No, these are healthy waffles. They're made with almond flour. They're high in protein. They have our metabolism super powder in them," because he was worried about weight gain and that type of thing. And so, I told him, no, you can actually eat delicious waffles and still follow, your dietary guidelines that you're looking for to lose weight. And he was so surprised.
Yeah.
So they're just so delicious, so joyful, like, and it comes and it's so convenient. I'm not gonna go and make myself waffles this morning. We have a lot to do. And so what a treat to have delicious chocolatey waffles here this morning, just waiting for me, so easy.
Well, we hope you guys have a beautiful holiday season, however you decide to celebrate. We hope you gift yourself the gift of health, someone you love. As we said, everything is 25% off that we've talked about today, as well as many other things on our website. You can go and click the link below to check out what is on sale. We will run out. That's why we like to do these things, is we like to tell you guys about it beforehand, before the big holiday craze comes, because that tends to be when we run out of a lot of things. Obviously, our nutrition program is something you can do all throughout the holidays. And January tends to be a really big time for us. So that tends to be when we run out of spots for that. But yeah, sitting in the driver's seat of your health is the most empowering thing you can do for yourself. As someone who, for the longest time, felt like an alien in her body, didn't understand what tools I needed to get back to feeling really good. I always say that's the scariest place to be, is when you don't feel good in your body and you don't know how to get home. And so we are here today telling you these are the tools we use to get home in our body, to come home to our bodies, to come home to our health, and to feel really good and sexy and powerful in our skin. These are it. These are the tools, and we're so honored to be able to share them with you guys today. And
As always,
25.
yeah. And so reminder, the code is wellness. Get whatever you're wanting today, before we run out, before we sell out of those products. And always feel free to reach out to us directly on Instagram. I'm at Whitney Tingle. Danielle is at Danielle Dubois. And of course, we're at Sakara Life. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish
Enjoy
these
that,
over here. But
Whit.
I hope you have a great day, and I'll
Bye,
see you soon.
everyone. Thanks for being here. Happy holidays.